What's good, everyone? And welcome back to Capri Social Network. As always, I am your host, Capri, aka Cap. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about how when rapper Sexyy Red, how black women are getting more and more tired of her antics, her sexual antics, and her dysfunction, degeneracy, all of the above. With that being said, I'm going to show some clips, all of them on behalf and courtesy of TikTok, of other black women explaining why they are
downloading.
Big Sexyy Red. I promise you, I hate that girl. I hate her. I hate her. I wish somebody would make a diss record against her ass. I think I'm about to write a diss. I don't like that bitch. I don't like her at all. Like, she be single-handedly playing in y'all face. And I said to myself, who the fuck is her fan base? This is why I hate when y'all listen to her music. Like, y'all keep saying, like, yeah, man, but the beat hit. I don't give a fuck how much the motherfucking beat hit. Let me tell you something. Every time I hear that bitch in my motherfucking car, I turn her shit off because I know she detrimental to the black community. I know she motherfucking influencing young girls to pop they pussy open for a baby. I know that's what that bitch doing. And in the same breath, she's influencing these young girls to be ratchet, nasty, and trifling. And then she's telling y'all that y'all got carpet hair. So not only is she's influencing y'all to do that, but she's also insulting y'all at the same time. I hate that bitch. I promise you. I hate the fact that social media make everybody famous. I hate this. That's why every time I see one of my sisters going in on that bitch, I repost, share, like, comment as much as I motherfucking can. As much as I can. If y'all women up here got younger girls, okay, and within their teenage years, please talk to your girls. Please talk to your teenagers about this bitch. Make sure you tell them that this is not the way to go, because that's her fan base. Because everybody that I talk to don't really like her. So I be trying to figure out who is her fan base. It's these younger girls. It's these younger girls with fam. She is going to tear y'all daughter's self-esteem down. Keep fucking letting your daughter listen to this. I'm finna say some crazy shit. Keep letting your daughter listen to this bitch and see what happens. She gonna tear your daughter's self-esteem down piece by piece. Sexyy Red is making a mockery out of black girls' hair and saying it looks like carpet and saying that it's unattractive, along with turning your daughter into whores. I hate this bitch with every.
Now, on that note, I wanted to put in my 2 cents, so to speak, as always. And as I'm making this video, there are young black girls that are as young as adolescents, teenagers, and I'm talking about as young as 13 and 14, that have been kidnapped due to them trying to portray the image of a Sexyy Red, due to them trying to put how some of them may arrange to meet up with an older man as a result of texting an older man prior to meeting up with him, and him posing usually as someone within her age bracket or that age bracket, only to meet up with those older men and come dressed, sneaking out the house dressed up just like Sexyy Red will be dressed or usually dresses, and get kidnapped. And in a worst case scenario, some never come or are usually found, I'm trying to say. And even worse than that, some usually end up murdered or have ended up murdered due to some of them listening to Sexyy Red's music and doing all they can to portray Sexyy Red's image. I'm just calling spade a spade. Not only that, but there are more and more young black girls becoming pregnant. Some as young as 13, 14 years of age as I'm making this video, due to how Sexyy Red has had such an influence, a negative influence that is, on the black youth, especially young black females. There are also, as I'm making this video, some young black girls that are as young as 6 years old, because If you want more elaboration, just look at the video of the woman who either used to be a black teacher at an elementary school or kindergarten, or is still a black teacher who was complaining about how, because she happened to be a ballerina school teacher, and she was saying how every time she would try to play music pertaining to what subject she was teaching her young black female students as young as 6 years old, they would like to hear usually Sexyy Red explicit lyrics. And as I make this video, there are also young black girls as young as 6 years old that are twerking at school, in school, right at school gymnasiums, during PE class, lunchrooms during lunch. I'm not making this up, because you could look it up and there are actually reels, social media reels of them doing so. Who happen to be recording these clips, I have no idea. But it's just a shame of how Sexyy Red's image, and women also by the likes of Meg Thee Stallion, Ice Spice, Sukihana. It's such a shame of how much of a negative influence they have had on today's black youth. Once again, today's young black girls.
These new age adults are exactly why I'm afraid to have kids. Because they want to be the kids. Like, the grandma's the baby. Currently going viral on Twitter right now because I had retweeted a post where Sexyy Red was mad because she couldn't go and perform or speak at a school. And I said that I've been telling y'all her target audience is kids. Because it is. That's what I believe. That's what I see with this shit. You don't got to agree. I don't care. A lot of these new age artists target kids with very hypersexual and explicit content. I feel like my point is proven, seeing that she's mad she can't go into a fucking school. Because why, as an adult entertainer whose music is on the verge of erotica, would you even think it's appropriate for you to show up at a school and then show up like that? Smelling like marijuana with your cleavage hanging out. Baby, you wouldn't even be able to go visit your baby daddy in prison looking like that. But that's how you show up for the kids. Okay. 2, why would adults even think it is morally right to book a fucking Sexyy Red to come speak to kids? From the teachers to the fucking superintendent to, why would y'all think that's acceptable? The adults of this generation do not want to protect children. They just want to exploit them. Y'all don't see black kids as kids. You don't see black children as children. This is why y'all in my comments in my last videos mad at me because I don't agree with an 18-year-old being a 304. The amount of adults in my comments trying to justify this shit is just like blowing my mind. Somebody said, well, adults love sexy, kids love sex. What adult is condoning their child listen to Sexyy Red? Even I had to sneak to listen to Kaya. The adultification of black kids right now makes me want to fucking slap every bitch in here. A lot of these new age adults remind me of those older monitors who would come and substitute after school and who would think they was one of the kids. I'll never forget, I had a whole beef with one of these grown-ass monitors. Literally, I had to call my mom up to the school because she beefing with me like she a kid. Literally. You mad at me, but you kicking it with the whole football squad. And what's funny is she ended up getting fired years later because it got found out that she was messing with one of the kids. And that's what y'all be giving. Like weirdo behavior. Y'all are blurring the lines. Y'all do not want to hold space for the kids. I told y'all hating bitter aunties is in the club with y'all now. They in the club turning up with you. They don't want to be your auntie. They don't want to be a big sister. They don't want to be your mentor. They your fucking competition. Confirmation. You can go to the club right now and see an 18-year-old with the same aesthetic as a motherfucking 35-year-old. It's weird. Y'all are weird. The grandma's the baby. These new age adults are exactly why.
And I also wanted to give my quote unquote 2 cents again. And this is on behalf of a lot of you women who happen to be in your mid 30s and older. A lot of you, there are quite a bit of you who allow your kids who may be as young as 11, maybe 12 years old, listen to this exact kind of music. And to make matters even worse, some of you could be in the car letting your kids, your girls, that is, young girls or daughters, that's this young listen to Sexy Red's music and be reciting the same lyrics as your daughters verbatim, shame on you even more, which is one of the main reasons, another reason why there are so many young black girls who not only take pride in listening to music of this nature, but trying to portray the exact image of a Sexy Red due to how so many young black girls are lacking parental supervision as well. Furthermore,
let Sexy Red go perform at that school. Y'all don't care about them kids anyway. It's obvious y'all don't care about them kids. I learned the last time I made my video about Sexy Red and the children and the way y'all tried to cancel me over it, that y'all don't care about them kids. So let her go and her weed smelling cleavage out perform at that school for them kids. Between the stitches, between the comments, I got to see firsthand for myself how much y'all don't care about these children. And it's about to show, because there is about to be a generation of little girls who young and turned out, and a bunch of misguided young boys who are going to be menace to societies. Save this video, because it is get ready to get spicy out here. And it's going to be all y'all fault. All y'all fault because y'all wanted to be their friends instead of their parents. You wanted to sit up and let them listen to inappropriate music. You wanted to let them sing along with it, dance along with it, make TikToks to it because you thought it was funny and cute, right? And you're going to get to see what all of that looks like in real time very soon. Y'all going to have out of control teenagers that y'all can't do nothing with. They going to hate and can't stand your guts. And then you going to come to the internet crying to us about not being able to control your own child. And I'm going to say, told you. I'm going to tell you exactly how it's going to go down. See, right now, y'all are playing stupid and dumb like you don't know that music got an influence on your child, right? Even though it's got an influence on your big grown self, you get influenced by the music. You going to pretend that your 9 and 10-year-old child don't. But once your child gets so out of control and ain't nothing you can do with them, that's when you all of a sudden going to start blaming the music, right? Because you ain't going to want to take any responsibility for the part that you played and your negligence of paying attention to the music and what it was doing to your child until it got too far. But once your child is too far gone and ain't nothing that you can do, here comes, oh my God, I tried to do everything I could as a parent, and the music got the hold of my child, and it was just nothing I could do because the influence of the music and the school and the kids, it was just so much more than I could do. Yeah, I know. That's the reason why we told you should pay attention to the stuff that they listening to. You should pay attention to the kids that they hanging around. You should be monitoring your child better than you do. You should probably be monitoring your child more than you be monitoring that man's phone that you always going through, right? But you can't hear nothing right now. At the end of the day, I always speak up about the children because at the end of the day, that's all I care about is the kids. I care so much about the kids that any child that I would have gave birth to would have been too good to be here on this earth. And that's the reason why I didn't bring them here, because I don't want no child of mine having to grow up with the kids that y'all are creating. I would never do that to no child of mine. I just watched a video of a mother talking about how she tried to do her best in protecting her child from the world, but the influence that these kids have on her child when they go to school, the stuff she finds on her child's tablet, the conversations that y'all kids are having, how sexual y'all children are at such young ages. Y'all kids are under 12 sending nudes. Be for real. But you know why that is? Because y'all don't know how to let kids be kids. Y'all be letting y'all kids be in grown-up conversations. They be listening to you and your homegirls gossip. They be around you and your homeboys smoking. Y'all don't care about these kids and keeping them in a child's place. They listening to the same music you listening to, watching the same TV shows and movies that you watching. My parents would never. We wasn't even able to listen to the same music that my parents was listening to. I don't even know if my mom and my daddy was listening to the music that was going on in the 90s. You know why? Because anytime I was in the car with my daddy, he was somewhere listening to Kenny G, getting on my nerves with all that saxophone playing. And if I was with my mama, she was listening to Mahalia Jackson, and all I knew was gospel music when I'm with her, right? If I wanted to listen to any of the explicit rappers like Kaya or any of them, I had to sneak off and do that when I was at school, or find that stuff out from the girls whose parents didn't care. I wasn't able to watch movies that was too grown. I wasn't able to watch TV shows that was too grown. I was not able to do anything that was not age appropriate. And I am glad that my parents watched over me like that, because I got to see as life went on, the difference between me and the people who was half raised. Hear me now, believe me later. Y'all children are about to be something special, and I'm just sitting back and watching.
Now I had to stop sharing my screen for a quick minute, only to be able to bring you this here information pertaining to the most recent concert sales of Sexyy Red's concert, which are on the decline, but she's trying to, as much as possible, justify that they ain't. With that being said, and without further ado, bear with me for a minute so I can pull that up for proof, more proof. Now, it's saying Sexyy Red's clarifications come after multiple outlets reported to her upcoming tour. The Sexyy Red for President tour will be canceled due to low ticket sales. The Art of Dialogue and touring data reported on X that only 37.11% of 85,217 tickets for the rapper shows have been sold out for 20 out of her 24 shows. So let me scroll down that much more further. Well, actually up. My apologies. And it actually starts out by saying rapper Sexyy Red recently assured her fans on social media that she will not be canceling her upcoming Sexyy Red for President tour. She took the X, and for some of you who may not know about X, X is just formerly what used to be, where currently it's X, but it's formerly Twitter, or used to be Twitter. She took the X on July 9th and responded to a tweet by the Art of Dialogue, which stated that her tour was on the verge of being canceled as only 37.11% of the tickets had been sold. So let me stop sharing my screen once again. Go back to StreamYard. Now, my purpose of reading this article, this here article that I just read, is even more clarification that both that and how more black women are getting fed up with Sexyy Red's antics, her degeneracy, her dysfunction. Anyways, you guys have a good one. Also, don't forget, like always, to like the video, share, comment, last but not least, subscribe to the channel. Till next time, you guys have a good one.